You guys love to bitch and you love to complain. Like, why get mad at us because we're making money off of helping men? Like, why get mad because we're actually, people think, oh, you should just do this for free. It's like, well, if I did this for free, then I wouldn't be able to survive and put food on the table for myself. So I'm going to have to go get a job. And then if I have to spend time at that job, then I don't have time to actually do this and actually help people. Right. Like it's so backwards. But anyone, stepping in dog shit, man. That's really what engaging in this kind of behavior really is. Engaging in debates with people that are plugged in, trying to argue with people about stuff that doesn't matter. Really, man, like I think everybody throughout the day, like whatever you're engaging in, if you're engaging with a conversation, it's how is this helping me? How is this helping me get better? And if you can't articulate it and or it's a flat out no, then man, you need to pull the plug on that as soon as humanly possible because you will just continue to waste time. And the worst thing is that engaging in these behaviors, man, like they make you think that it's valuable. Having an internet debate with somebody, going back and forth with somebody in the comments every day, I'm just like, guys, why? Why? Explain to me why you're doing this. Nobody ever has a really good answer. So think about your day, man. Think about all of the hours that you have. And it's whatever it is, like find where you want to be, what you want to get in better shape, you want to make more money. Those are like two of those are the number one and two. They're probably interchangeable as far as what men want. And like I say, I want to get better with women, and we can always throw that in there, but people are going to complain and bitch and moan about, oh, like, oh, it's not all about women. Like, yeah, dude, I know that. But fill that 80% of the time, like as much as you can. Like, there's a reason that I train twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. A, because I enjoy it, but B, I know it's making me better. And I know that the time that I have is either going to be dedicated to training or work. It's either going to be making more money or it's either going to be in getting in better shape. And those are my two like top priorities. So that's where the vast majority of my time and effort is going to go to. I don't spend a lot of time engaging with strangers about politics. I don't go searching for memes. Like I try, as annoying as Twitter X is to be on. We talk about this on the general show, like being able to compartmentalize. It's it's like the number one news source in the world, but it's also a just slop fest. Everything is about drama. Everything is about eyeballs and clicks and about who said this and who said that. And most people are unable to take that step back and just be like, dude, like, how does this affect you? Like, this doesn't affect you at all. Now, I know people out there that have businesses and like overseas shipping and that like tariffs, for example, have affected them and some of the things that Trump is talking about. But man, like worrying about conflicts overseas, worrying about people halfway around the world that you're never going to meet or shake hands with and has no effect in your life whatsoever. It's all a distraction. Life gets so much simpler and so much easier. And this is why we talk about this tribe aspect so much. Yeah, but dude, like, all right. See, this is what people do. They say a completely idiotic comment and they try to say something that's demonstrably false, like, oh, you're just trying to sell us something. And then when I answer them, oh, you're so triggered, bro. Like, cool, man. How about this? Enjoy timeout. How about that? Like, you can't win with these people. And it's my fault. I shouldn't engage. And again, how does this help me? It doesn't. How does engaging in dumbasses in the comment section help me? It doesn't. So I'm going to take a little bit of my own advice. I'm just not going to talk to this guy anymore. Why we're so hard on and so why we drive the tribal aspect home so much is because you really have to understand the level of impact that you have. And if you're going to give life meaning and you're going to give your time and energy to things, you should really be giving time and energy to things that actually you can control or things that are going to impact your life. There's so many things going on that will never impact you, never affect you whatsoever. Honestly, who's president? I was having a conversation with a couple of friends the other day. It's like, guys, how much has your life actually changed since Trump became president? Really, like your day to day. For me, it's been very, very, very little. Like I can't think of one thing in particular that's changed other than sometimes I'll get on Twitter and I'll see something like, Trump just got rid of the LGBTQ ABC 123 plus suicide hotline. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool because I don't think we should be indulging those people and having specific hotlines instead of sending those people to intensive psychiatric therapy and medication. But that doesn't affect me on a day to day. That doesn't affect the money in my bank account. That doesn't affect my ability to go and make a living. It doesn't affect any sort of my personal or familial relationships. If anything, it's the people that want to argue with me about this. It's like, oh, I can't believe you would support this and that. And guess what? It's like, see ya. Don't care. Don't care what you have to say about it. But so few people are willing to take a step back and cultivate those circles and cultivate the tribe, or they're not able to, and they can't see themselves doing it because they're scared or they get pushback from old friends or family and things like that. And being shackled by the thoughts and judgments of people that you don't care about, or even the ones that you do care about in some form, shape, or fashion, it's like a death sentence. It's tough to not let people like your family or close friends influence you or try to tell you that your opinions are wrong. And that's part of becoming an unplugged man. Like you have to reject people that you would not trade places with. You have to reject the opinions of folks that aren't helping you. And again, you're engaging in sort of behavior and engaging these conversations of things that don't matter. So it's really simple. It's engaging with these internet debates, engaging with all this time, trying to argue with people, trying to have conversations with people that don't get it. It's like seeing dog shit on the road and deciding to step in it instead of walking around it. It's really simple. Like I didn't come up with this analogy. This is something that Rich said, and I agree with wholeheartedly. It's like, dude, you can just step around it. You can just not pay attention to it. You can just not engage. And I think it's hard for a lot of people too, because I think people want to be heard. I think people want to think their opinions are valid. I think people want to assert themselves because it's the internet age. Everybody has an opinion, and because everybody can voice an opinion, that automatically makes people think that their opinion A is valid, B should be heard, everybody should pay attention to it, and people should agree with it. And if you don't agree, you're fucking retarded. That idea itself is fucking retarded. It's okay not to engage in these things. It's very rare that I'll get into any sort of I don't get into arguments with people. I don't debate people anymore. I used to be super into this stuff, man. Like I've talked to guys before, or I've talked on the show before when I was in New York. Like I was at my big like atheist thing, which I still am, by the way. Like that's not a secret. I've done a bunch of shows on it. But I used to go like to the subways and like debate these Christians that were holding up the pamphlets or whatever. And I'd spend like half an hour talking to these people. It's like, I would never do that in a million years now. I got places to be. I got things to do. My time is now more valuable. And people that are doing that, you're showing that you don't value your time. Like if you're spending your time doing this is like you're doing yourself a disservice. You're showing that you're not valuing your time. And that the time that you do have doesn't really matter. And you think it's this never ending replenishable resource, which it's the only thing you can never get more of. And I'll tell you what, too, I was talking to a friend about this last night. Time moves faster as you get older. Time moves way quicker as you get older because you talk about relativism. Like when you're young, when you're 10, you've lived 10 years. So a year is 10% of your life. That's a long time. When you're 20, now a year is only 5% of your life. When you're 30, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So each year, even though it's the same amount of days, same amount of hours, relatively in your brain, it's like, oh, I've lived tens of thousands of days at this point versus only thousands. I was equating this. I've lived in Tampa now coming up on 3 years. I was in New York for 7. Um, Now 3 years, that's the difference between like my senior year of college and my freshman year of college. And just kind of thinking about that difference, it's my perception of that time is that those 3 years of college passed way slower and way more things happened in that span of time than in the 3 years that I was down here in Tampa. Not necessarily true, but that's how my brain is perceiving time. So, and you hear people, I was listening to Dana White was doing an interview and he's like, man, one day I woke up and I was 50, 55, and it just goes like that. So, you might think you have time. You might think that you've got all of this time to spend and I'll just get to it tomorrow. I'll get to it next week, or I'll wait until I'm in the right shape, or I'll wait until I have enough money. Man, this life does not stop for anybody. This is a locomotive that is never going to stop running, and you never know when your time is going to be up and your number is going to get called. So you got to start living today, man. You've got to stop indulging in these behaviors that just don't serve you, and you've got to stop lying to yourself about it.
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.